Kahaloyim Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and others of Great Millstone who rule all over the flock of Israel. Shalom and salutations to you brothers out here pushing the words of truth and sincerity on a pound mouth. Lord willing, this video is edifying and straight to the point. When we're dealing with conspiracies all throughout the world and the fact that we are at the forefront or the vanguard of revealing certain conspiracies to our people, certain things that they've never heard before, because you can't really bring out the truth without bringing out the fact that there's people who conspire against you not to know the truth. And so one and the same of being a Hebrew Israelite and teaching the Bible is also being somewhat of a conspiracy theorist. And that's why there's so much legislation right now about conspiracy theories and conspiracy theorists. It's already documented in the AA Act and a few others that conspiracy theorists are similar to domestic terrorists in the right wording, documentation, which is a conspiracy in itself to trap people who are conspiracy theorists and teach them. And the reason being is because you cannot go into parts of the Bible unless without revealing the big conspiracy of our adversaries. And the scripture talks about not being by Satan's devices, not being deceived. Right? There's a big awakening of our people, which means they're awakening to certain deceptive tactics of the enemy, tricks of Satan. And so this is a picture right here of the five families. You type in 5 families on Google, you get this. The 5 families go back to Italian mafia. All right, the Italian mafia. As you can see here, the 5 families of Italian mafia in the early 1900s, New York City. The Gambinos, Genovese, Bonanno, Colombo, Lucchese. And now, fast forward to now, they got the line up. Who's who and who's what's of what's who. All right, down to your average everyday, let's say your soldiers, your foot soldiers. All right, all the way up until your capos. And why is, the reason I'm bringing some of this out is not that Great Millstone. We got to report who is part of the 5 families. That's not a part of our teaching. But the point is that once upon a time, this was a conspiracy, man. And not in the fact that they breathed life into these plans and plots. Is that if you mentioned or said something about the mafia, people will look at you like, what you mean? Like, you're trying to tell me that a group of Italian Americans, those guinea wop bastards, have formulated an organized crime conglomerate that extends across the United States, even into other parts of the world. And it's so organized and happened right under the federal government's eyes that they didn't know about it. At one point in time, that was a conspiracy to say that. And fast forward to 2022, we can all just watch documentaries on how they did it all. A little bit about the organization. Right, it says Italian Mafia formed in 1931 by Salvatore Maranzano. It says Maranzano reorganized the Italian-American gangs in New York City into the Maranzano, Profacio, Mangano, Luciano, and Gogliano families, which are now known as the Bonanno, Colombo, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese families. Each family had a demarcated territory and an organizationally structured hierarchy and reported up to the same overarching governing entity. Initially, Maranzano ended each family's boss to report to him as the capo di tutti I capi, the bosses of all bosses. However, this led to his assassination that September, and the role was abolished for the commission, a ruling committee established by Lucky Luciano to oversee all mafia activities in the United States and to mediate conflicts between families. Talks a little bit about Chicago, then the Buffalo crime family. And then you go on, it goes on, and you realize that the mafia was this well-organized group of Italians, most of them 2 generations or one removed from Italy. A lot of them born in Italy, speak Italian, raised in New York City. And they were organizing all types of things, man. From, as you see, rackets, hijackings, prohibition, going back to the prohibition days. A lot of organizations and companies, loan sharking. Then now they tell you where they at and what territory they had, Ozone Park, and that's Queens, the Gambinos. And then you go around some of these areas, and you if you get a chance to talk to some of these people, man, they still carry themselves like, it's alive and well. And so the point is that at one point in time, this was all conspiracy, man. The families and the bosses and the capos and the consigliers and the foot soldiers, that was all conspiracy because it wasn't spoken about. It was hush hush. All right, and what does the scriptures got to do with that? Many of what we read and most of what we do for a living, right? Because this is our job, what we do for a living, and we're seeking a reward for is our services and our laborers to extend, to extend this truth and deliver this truth in ways that's easy to be understood, prophesying in ways that you can't deny what it is that the Lord is going to do. Mark 4:22, for there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested, neither was anything kept secret, but it shall come abroad. The days in which things are like kept a secret, and there's so many documents. They went into Trump's Mar-a-Lago the other day in Florida and took over 200 classified documents that he had took from the White House. And, now he's a problem because he has the extent of which those documents could have been sold and treason and whatnot, what he'll do for money, with that information. Blase. It's a lot of hidden information, right? We're in the time of everything being revealed. For there's nothing hid which shall not be manifested, meaning revealed, brought forth. Neither was anything kept secret, but it should come abroad. But that it should come abroad. So all these secrets, all these conspiracies will soon be revealed to be false or to be true. But they will be revealed. You won't have to anymore in life resort to YouTube to figure out if this conspiracy, if we ever figured it out yet, did man ever go to the moon? And if not, the Lord will reveal so many secrets in the days to come that there will be nothing hid anymore. Psalms 49. I have preached righteousness in the congregation, in the great congregation. Lo, I have not refrained my lips, Lord, thou knowest. There's a certain thing that a prophet or a priest is known for, which is not refraining his lips. A prophet couldn't refrain from his mouth the words that the Lord wanted his people to know. You have to tell them entirely. It says, I have not hid thy righteousness within my heart. I have declared, a declaration to declare, thy faithfulness and thy salvation. So we're declaring that the Most High is faithful. He is true. All right. His words is worth believing. And his salvation is coming for his elect. Salvation meaning an end of all of this captivity, an end of this Americanism, an end of this servanthood of our people, this servant-like mentality, everyday slaving for the paycheck lifestyle that we've That's what salvation, that's what we have declared. That's what David is saying. He declared. It says, I have not concealed thy loving kindness and thy truth from the great congregation. So amongst the brotherhood and amongst the fold, we revealed things to each other. We revealed it. It was revealed through the prophets breaking down this truth. Starting with the apostles, their elders before them, and the priests before them. All right, so that's the aura that comes along with coming back to this word and this boldness, truth, and learning the Bible all over again, being born again. The aura, right? The vibration is revealing everything. Nothing, no more lies. Verse 78, chapter 78 and 2, Psalms. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from their children, showing to the generation to come the praises of the Lord and his strength and his wondrous works that he had done. And just like the mafia, might I add, just how everybody had to be pretty much Italian. I hope, we all can understand that was true. You had to be Italian. It does say here, he sent Marzano office for Jewish gangsters. There were certain Jewish mobsters like Meyer Lansky and Bugsy Siegel, it says. But they weren't a part of that Sicilian mob. You know what I'm saying? The La Cosa Nostra. All right, which means our thing. They weren't a part of that because they weren't of the race and line and seed line of people that stemmed directly from Italy. You had to, Sicily, as a matter of fact. It had to be from Sicily. All of these families are from Sicily. So, just like that, just like things passed down amongst seed lines in the families, in the 5 families, just like that, it's passed down and declared to your children from the fathers to the same seed line, which is their sons, their heirs, got this information. This wisdom was given. It was our strength, in the sight of the nations. It was our thing. It was for our generations to come, that they would know the praises of the Lord. So this information, though it's passed down, it's only passed down from father to son to keep it amongst the group, to keep it amongst the family. It's a family affair. See, when you pick up the Bible, you're reading about the legacy of the Israelites amongst the rest of the nations and the prophecies that followed them, stuck to them, and will lead them in the future. It is all about the family, right? And so all these things is getting passed down now is awakening of our family. You see, that's why you don't see hundreds of Edomites waking up to this. They're still being the devil like they've been doing. You don't see thousands of Moabites, so-called Chinese people, because they're still interested in whatever philosophies their ancestors taught them. They don't care about this word. But here it is now, this word being revealed and opened up to us is doing things. Because this was ours from the beginning. Ecclesiastes 12 and 14, for Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment, every secret thing. And these are the things that conspiracies are made of, secrets. You see, conspire, breathe life into. But the way it's mentioned today is something hidden away out of the public eye, not easily to be believed, kind of sound fabricated, a little far-fetched, a little off-wing, off-kilter a little bit, but true and cannot be easily verified, yet there's got to be some type of truth to it. And it rings true and it has a feeling and a vibration of truth, but you just haven't heard all of the pieces of the information because it's a secret still. And there's enough people behind that secret to want that secret not to escape or be revealed any further than it has already. Just like the mob. See, at one point in time, everything was done in secrecy. And then the federal government came in, stepped in. And then they made the RICO law that every one of y'all who's a part of this organized crime is going down. Then your little foot soldiers who never really was making any money in the first place and probably wanted to be at the top the whole time, these little foot soldiers started telling and revealing secrets to the federal government. They was called snitches and rats. Now you have this whole rat situation. Now Esau allows it for the first time in history, which is evil. He allows a criminal to get off or get a lighter sentence by telling on the organization, by snitching. Now these snitches go forth and they tell Esau and reveal all of the secrets, along with wiretapping. And now it's no more a conspiracy. It's no more a secret. It's all over. The articles, the newspaper, everybody knows now. Once again, Matthew 10:26, fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light. What ye hear in the air, that preach ye upon the housetops. Our job and our duty is to reveal things along with conspiracies, along with prophecy, along with who the wicked is, anything dark, anything parabolic in the scriptures. Our job is to not only reveal that, but to preach it on the mountaintops where we can be seen, can be heard. We're not just keyboard worrying. We're actually getting out there on the streets and doing that and pushing this word where they can see us. Lord, when this video is edifying, until next time, shalom.